Broken Violin part for the melody of Second Chances. Standing ovation from her Philharmonic debut still echoed in Emily's heart. Yet, after the curtains fell and the applause faded, a new kind of silence settled in, a silence filled not with doubt, but with the possibility. Her once broken violin, lovingly restored, was no longer just an instrument. It had become her voice, her healing, her story. And now, Emily was determined to use that story for something greater than herself. A letter arrives one chilly morning in New York. Emily found a letter in her mailbox. The handwriting was messy, almost rushed. Miss Emily Carter, I saw your performance last week. I've never heard music like that before. My daughter is 12, loves the violin, but she wants to quit. She says she's not good enough. Could you meet her? A hopeful father. Emily's chest tightened. She remembered being 12 when her own hands had shaken over the strings. When the voices around her told her she'd never make it, she whispered, I'll meet her, meeting Grace that Saturday. Emily arrived at a small community center in Queens. Inside, a young girl sat hunched over a scuffed violin, her bow barely grazing the strings. Grace? Emily asked softly. The girl looked up with big brown eyes, filled with the same fear Emily once carried. You're the violinist from the Philharmonic? Emily smiled. I'm also someone who almost quit when I was your age. Grace blinked. But you're amazing. Emily knelt beside her. Do you want to know a secret? My violin was once broken, and so was I. But someone reminded me that music isn't about being perfect. It's about being brave enough to share your heart. Grace's eyes widened. Even when you're scared, especially when you're scared. The first lesson, they began playing together every weekend. Grace's small fingers fumbled at first, but Emily never corrected with harshness. Instead, she encouraged. Close your eyes, Emily whispered one afternoon. Don't think about the notes. Think about a memory that matters to you. Grace hesitated, then played a shaky tune. It wasn't perfect, but it was real. Tears filled her father's eyes as he watched. She's never played like that before. Emily thought of her own father, who's gone too soon, who had told her that broken things could still carry light. For the first time in years, Emily felt his presence, an unexpected visitor one evening after rehearsal. Emily found Daniel, the rival violinist, who had once mocked her, waiting outside. Emily, he began awkwardly, I heard about the lessons you've been giving. Do you need help? Emily studied his face. Once, his arrogance had cut deep, but now he looked different, tired, humbled, almost human. I don't need help, she said gently, but Grace does, and maybe other kids too. You could join me. Daniel's eyes flickered with surprise. After everything I said to you, why would you let me? Emily's answer was simple. Because broken doesn't mean finished. People deserve second chances, too. Building something bigger soon. Emily and Daniel started a small music program at the community center. Word spread quickly. Kids from every background came, some with shiny violins, others with borrowed, battered ones. Emily always began class the same way. Every violin, no matter how scratched or broken, still carries a song. And so do you. Parents who once doubted their children's worth now clapped proudly during small recitals. Grace, once timid, began to play with confidence that lit up the whole room. Daniel, too, softened. He stopped competing with Emily and started collaborating. Sometimes, she caught him smiling in ways she'd never seen before, like a man finally free from his own bitterness. The big recital, months later, Emily organized a concert for the community. The stage was small, the seats were folding chairs, and the ceiling leaked whenever it rained. But when the children lifted their bows, the room filled with the music richer than any grand hall. Grace stepped forward for a solo. Her hands shook, but her eyes found Emily's. With a deep breath, she played. The notes weren't flawless, but they carried a bravery that made every listener lean in. When the final sound faded, The room erupted in applause. Grace beamed, cheeks flushed, as her father hugged her tightly. Emily felt her heart swell. This was what the broken violin had taught her, that music could heal, not just one person, but many. Full circled that night. As she packed up, Emily traced her fingers over the scarred wood of her violin. She remembered the pain, the doubt, the nights she thought she'd never play again. And now, here she was, helping others find their voices. Daniel approached quietly. "You've changed this place, Emily. You've changed me." She smiled. "I didn't do it alone. None of us can." Moral of the story: The Broken Violin Part 4 reminds us that second chances matter. Broken instruments, broken dreams, broken people, they can all create something beautiful when given patience and love. Because the most powerful music isn't found in perfection, it's found in hearts willing to try again.